Good morning. Hope everyone's keeping well. Back out for another camp. Oh, it's supposed to be the coldest night in 10 years tonight. And as soon as I heard that, I booked 2 days off work so I could come out and camp. I've been waiting since the start of winter for a snow camp. And here we are. The place looks amazing. I've left the hammock at home today. I'm just gonna floor it. There's a dead fallen tree behind you that I think I'm gonna hang my tarp over. I'll bring you back when it's set up. See you in a bit. And here we are. She's all set up. I don't have any idea what this configuration's called. It's not really a diamond, it's just thrown up. The way the trees were around me and what I've hooked onto, space was a little bit tight, so rather than stretching it out like a big diamond, I brought the sides right down with that peak there. So I'm going to have my little fire. I'm not having a big fire tonight, I'll have my little fire around here. I'll put some moss up the sides. I've not really finished it yet. I'm going to build up the sides a bit more. The back's got some on. I've got the spine tied up against the dead fallen tree. Just using bungees out to the trees. I just find them a lot easier than knots. You know, we're in 2021. Get the bungees out. I reckon that's going to be real snug in there tonight. I'm in the Campfire 4-season sleeping bag. I've got my MTP bivvy bag, which is rainproof, waterproof. Got an old CS95 basher tarp as just my ground sheet. And my Bergen. I'm excited for this one. Really excited. I think it looks wicked. I'm on a tight budget today, so I'm on the Aldi ales. Give them a go, see what they're all about. And for any hardcore ale drinkers, don't worry, they won't be staying on the ice. There she is over there. A few people asked me last week, what do I look for in a wild camp? So I've got the top of the tarp facing the direction that the least people are going to come from. The road is behind me, so I've got the back of the tarp facing the road just for cover from view. And then it also will act as my firewall tonight. The firewall, one, is to reflect the heat back at you. So I could make a wooden firewall, which I think I might do, to reflect the heat back into the tarp because it is going to be cold tonight. But also if I use a firewall as cover from view. So last camp when I had the hammocks, the firewall was facing the road. So if I didn't have that there, you could see the fire probably from the road. And if you couldn't, I just wanted to get rid of that option of someone seeing me. Over that side, there's a track maybe 300-400 meters away, so they're not going to see me anyway. But if they do, whatever, that track is used a lot less than the road. Now and again that I've seen a walker before or a horse, but yeah, that's what I look for. Some of you might be looking at this fallen tree and thinking it's going to kill me. It might do. Who knows? I've got full trust in it. A few people have asked me what these trousers are, and they're just work trousers. They're by a brand called Scruffs, and I got them at Screwfix. I am a tradie, but I don't wear them for work. I purely bought them for wild camping, for these little pockets. They're handy, you can warm your hands in them, you can forage stuff and put them in them. They're just really handy, they're really tough, they're hard wearing. Got loads of pockets. I have put my saw through my leg a few times, but yeah, I love them. Always use them for camping. It's about -2 at the minute, I think. I'm just sat relaxing, looking through the trees. Got the sun coming through there. So beautiful. So peaceful, I absolutely love it. People say wood heats you 3 times. When you collect it, when you process it, and when you burn it. which is pretty handy when it's this cold. Someone was asking me about my knife the other day, and I got this from a mental health charity auction at a pub. Beers, Bikes and Bands it's called, at Burston Crown in Norfolk. And this knife is made by a company called Ives Knives. And it's a one-off special. They do plenty of other knives, but this particular one was a one-off special for that event. I was really drunk and paid well over the odds for it, but I just loved it so much. It's got a nice black leather sheath, which is good for stropping, keep it nice and sharp. It's a mini cutlass shape, like a mini pirate sword. It's grade 1 Sheffield tool steel. It's got tiger oak scales with some nice copper and brass pins. Some nice brass there. I love the colour of it, I love the shape of it. It's really good out in the forest. It's really good for battening. I found this curve right here is really nice for getting a log to split down your wood. But it's a beautiful piece. I do cane it, it gets a battering. I take it every time I go out. But I do look after it, I keep it nice and sharp, I oil it. I'll see if you can get a good look at it here. Bit of light on there. I'm still saving for a camera at the minute. I'm still on my phone, but I've got some other things that I've got to pay for first. My camper van, I've got an air-cooled T3 VW, which is getting a new engine on Friday, so that's got all of my money in it at the minute. But once that's out the way, I should be looking at getting a camera. But yeah, there you go. If anyone's interested, any knife geeks out there. It's really important. People forget to drink water when they're out and it's cold. When it's like this, you might not feel that thirsty, but you need to keep drinking, because as soon as you're thirsty, you're dehydrated. Just getting all the small bits off, so I've got nice clean looking logs, easy to chuck on the fire, nothing getting in my way. Looking good. There we go. I like to get away from technology in the woods, but it is nice to stay in touch with a couple of people and check Instagram now and again. There is a 4G spot at the edge of the woods, so I've been there 2 or 3 times now. I've started to make treks. The beauty of pine is it's so resinous. You can see this dark bit here, that's all the resin. It's known as fatwood. And if you scrape some of that off and put it with your shavings, it gets your fire going really easy. But when it's in little logs like this, it just burns so nice. And it looks the part. It smells amazing too. So that's just a quick firewall that I've knocked up. I'm gonna have my fire obviously in here. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's mad how such a little wall can reflect so much heat back at you. And I don't know if you saw on the time lapse there, I'll be filling in these gaps more with some more moss. I filled it all in at the bottom with moss. Anyone that is walking down that track, which no one will be after dark, but you know, just keep myself covered. But yeah, I literally knocked that together in 5 minutes. That's all you need. One thing I forgot to mention about the firewalls is what I normally do is just before bed I'll break that all down and just lob it on the fire, and that'll keep the fire going for a while, and I'll still have embers in the morning to cook my breakfast. Looks like Jenga, doesn't it? A nice hot game of Jenga in this -4 at the minute. Got a little roommate for tonight. What's your name, bud? Come pull up a chair, lad. The only thing about pine is it's quite smoky, and when the wind blows this way, my eyes just start streaming. But I'm not complaining because this whole tarp is now lovely and warm. There's the sun poking through, look. Let me know in the comments if you like the look of this setup. I think it's pretty cool. Apart from the smoke filling the tarp, it's bang on. Unfortunately, I'm on a tight budget, like I said earlier, so there's no Fandango meal tonight. I'm just on the Aldi tortelloni 3 cheese with the creamy tomato and herb. I've got pasta bake sauce just because I've had it before and it was quite nice with that. So I'm just gonna chuck the pasta in there. The water's pretty hot now. Oh, where's my knife? I just spent most of the afternoon grafting for wood. I've got a nice stash now. Should see me through all night. Feeling good. Great. In you go, fellas. See you in 6 minutes. Or 10. Oh shit. Top tip. The next lot of wood that you're going to burn, just start placing it around the fire, let it dry out a little bit more. Just gets nice and warm, and any of that moisture that's in there starts to work its way out. Especially in the snow. All this is a little damp. It's all dry on the inside. It's all nice, but I just like to preheat it around the outside. How are we getting on? Give it a quick taste test. Sweet. Right. I'm going to drain the water and then add my sauce. I'm going to add a little touch of water to this. That'll do. Okay, I think we're done. It's so hot. Right. This could go terribly wrong. Tell you what. I'll just put a glove on. It's going to be so much easier. I'll just put my leather gloves on instead of messing around with bloody branches. Here we go. Just straight in there, look. Little bit for seconds if we want it. And there we go. 3 cheese, pasta with whatever it was, tomato and garlic sauce. Nice meal for a winter night. That was a delicious dinner. No word of a lie, it's -4, but I'm sweating in this thermal top and this jumper. I'm gonna have to strip down. It might as well be 20 odd degrees in here. The fire is so warm. It's lovely. I think I'm gonna leave you here for tonight because I'm just gonna sit back, watch the fire, drink some ale. I'll catch you in the morning. See you tomorrow. Morning everyone. I only used a couple of the logs off the top of the firewall. I had quite a lot of wood to get through. I did get up for a wee in the night and it was absolutely freezing. But there's no match for the Rab jacket and the Campfire sleeping bag. I'm not looking forward to getting up though. Oh, well there we go. Another one ticked off. That was awesome. Absolutely loved it. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, really appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, all that jazz helps my channel grow a little. And hopefully see you next week. Peace and love.